What is good, Cardano fam, ADA gang? We have lots of exciting updates to unpack today, so hit that subscribe, hit that like. Cardano ADA 24-hour trade volume surpasses $1.3 billion according to CoinGecko. CoinMarketCap ranks Cardano ADA as the fifth most bullish community sentiment at over 93%. They also rank Cardano as the second most voted cryptocurrency with over 5,400 votes, leading sentiment alongside Bitcoin. Bitcoin number 1, Cardano number 2. Grayscale ranks Cardano as fifth in their top 10 crypto assets for 1 week returns, and that's surpassing BNB, Ethereum, XRP, Sui, and Tron. ADA Handle says the CEO of Brave, with over 86 million users, is open to integrating Handle to enhance Cardano in Brave Wallet. I think that's fantastic. With the Cardano integration around the corner, with midnight around the corner, this will only complement those integrations. Crypto Banter's Sheldon. At the end of the day, Crypto Banter, hate him or love them, Sheldon continues to cover Cardano in a positive light for a long time. He says Cardano is one of the stronger altcoins right now, and I agree. From a tech perspective, narrative, Bitcoin DeFi, all that stuff, he goes on to say Cardano is going to be one of the top performers. 100% agree. What do you guys think? Output CTO Romain Pellerin says another strong week for Ouroboros Leios research and development with consistent progress and strong momentum. I like that. Bring on the Leios. Speaking of, the Ledger team at Output completes 2 weeks of preparation work for upcoming Leios and nested transaction refactoring, including code cleanups, removing support for older Glasgow Haskell Compiler versions, and unifying parameter definitions for future scalability. In a nutshell, they've been doing a lot of maintenance, tidying up, if you will, in preparation for the steps ahead like a CIP and whatnot, so we can get the ball rolling for integration. EMURGO. We saw Cardano Foundation delegate to a bunch of DReps, and they've also done something amazing. They announced the removal of their Genesis ADA from their voting DReps and plans to delegate the Genesis ADA to a set of smaller independent DReps in the community to further decentralize the decision-making power of Cardano's governance. What a lovely announcement they made, because this perfectly complements what Cardano Foundation did, delegating 140 million ADA total to 7 DReps, 20 mil each. So this removal of the Genesis ADA is already done, and soon in the near future they will announce details pertaining which DReps, how they came to that conclusion. So that's good for governance. NuFi, the creators of MetaMask's Cardano wallet Snap, announces new Bitcoin integration for 5 hardware wallets. Yes, they're also getting into Bitcoin DeFi. Ledger, Trezor, Keystone, BitBox, and OneKey users can now synchronize their ADA and BTC with NuFi Wallet to manage assets and swap. But that's not just it. They're also, as part of their Phase 2 roadmap, that's active. But around the corner, they are planning to support Taproot, Runes, Ordinals, and integrate a Bitcoin DApp connector this summer. So further unlocking Bitcoin DeFi directly in NuFi Wallet. So this is good. Many Cardano dApps are jumping into Bitcoin DeFi. I welcome it. TapTools reports that over $25 million worth of Cardano has been withdrawn from centralized exchanges in the past 24 hours. Well, this is good for supply shock for DeFi, so that's a plus. World Mobile moves a whopping 528 terabytes of data in 1 day. And I saw a post that said, well, aren't they on Base? But a quick recap, guys. World Mobile is multi-chain. They're doing like a layer 3 on Base, but also they're positioned multi-chain from the get-go. But the Cardano integration, the Cardano partnership can't go unnoticed. Recently, they did a complete re-engineering of their Cardano staking, which is live, was announced just a few weeks ago. And we can't forget that World Mobile Token, when it comes to decentralized exchanges, is mostly traded on Cardano dexes, more than Aerodrome on dexes like MinSwap. So the partnership they have with Cardano still exists when it comes to staking and when it comes to trading of their token. It's just that they're doing multi-chain strategy, right? And many projects, they like to do that, and that's fine. We'll continue to nurture the Cardano side and support them. DeFi Llama put out a great post where the total stablecoin supply is up by nearly $3 billion in just 7 days. And when we take a look, 250 billion, right? Almost $250 billion in stablecoins, almost double what we saw in 2021. And that's only going to increase. A lot of money that's sidelined that I think could turbocharge alts and many other projects. And one of the senators behind the Genius Act for stablecoins, Senator Bill Hagerty, says the Genius Act is a historic piece of legislation that will revitalize our payment system into the 21st century, right? Expand the USD dominance, also allow them to get into jurisdictions that otherwise would be hard because of blockchain. And so there's also some stuff that brought the markets down. One of them being this, according to Watcher Guru, President Trump says iPhones not made in the US will face a 25% tariff. But I think most of the negativity is coming from this. President Trump recommends a 50% tariff on the European Union starting June 1st. But I think it's becoming like noise to the crypto bros. Like no one really cares in the crypto industry. We just see it as like, okay, he's just yapping, like we'll get over it. It is what it is. Because I think we saw the worst of it April 7th around then. And in a positive light, US and India new trade deal could be announced within a week or so. And so that's good. And hey, Jim Cramer says it's too early to call the market bottom. Well, we know that inverse Cramer action, right? The Cramer verse. So this is good, right? But at the end of the day, like you can't make any decisions because of what he says, but we're just entertaining that he's saying there's still lower to go. I don't think we're going to go much lower for crypto. ADA went up to like 8.2, back down to 7.7. Volume is still looking good, nearly $1.4 billion. And though Bitcoin cooled off, I don't think we're revisiting like 51 cent ADA. I think that we've established kind of this decent value, fair value, as we've heard in the past, in these ranges. And as long as we can hold above like 0.72, 0.7, we're golden. Now, some people are asking, like, where's altcoin season? Well, yes, Bitcoin did go to a new all-time high of basically like $112,000. But at the same time, we haven't seen Russell 2000 index reclaim its previous highs, 2,300, 2,400, etc. And this is like the alt mid-cap alt stock index, if you will. So we need Russell 2000 index to pump. We need S&P 500 to pump. We also need all the legislation and macroeconomics to fall in place, like the stablecoin bill, like the asset structure bill. We also need Bitcoin dominance to tumble, which is still sitting at a whopping 64%. Right? When you factor in these things and still fear, but also social volume is low, searches are low, it tells us that retail is basically sidelined. And so we're going to continue to watch. If Bitcoin continues to tumble, I might buy back in, buy some more BTC. But I think that the future is looking good, guys. I think Cardano is very strong. I'm going to give a big shout out to Sheldon. I'm always excited when I see Sheldon talk about Cardano because he's passionate about it and he just gives respect to it. You know, shout out to these traders who don't let emotions get in the way and they can just see that a project has potential, has strong fundamentals, has strong narrative, has strong brand, and they don't look at it from an ad hominem perspective. They just look at it as like, hey, this project has potential. So I agree with Crypto Banter, with Sheldon, that Cardano is going to be one of the top performers, most definitely. We have a very strong narrative. Now we wait for next week with Bitcoin DeFi and all that jazz. And I think that we're lining up for a very exciting 2025. Midnight, everything else that's coming out. So guys, smash that subscribe, smash that like. I'll see you guys in the next Angry Crypto Show.